how this film kind of opens and really locks you in that first 30 minutes. Like if you get through the first 30 minutes and you're entertained, like you're locked in for the next 2 hours.
Man, I ain't getting in this trunk.
You ain't gonna be in here no more than 10 minutes.
Man, I ain't riding in no trunk for no minute.
What's up, YouTube? Drive By Movies here. My name is James.
My name's Blaze.
And today we are checking out the 1997 cult classic, Jackie Brown.
Is she dead? Yes or no? Is she dead? Pretty much.
Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown.
AK-47, when you absolutely, positively got to kill every mother in the room, except no substitute.
Jackie Brown is directed by Quentin Tarantino, and it is about a middle-aged woman who finds herself in the middle of a huge conflict that will either make her a profit or cost her life. So, James, this was a movie I think I've seen every single Quentin Tarantino movie except for this one. This was the last on my list, and I feel like that might be the same for you.
Yep, last Tarantino movie I have not seen and finally got around to it. I think there's a couple other movies that he's written that I still haven't seen, like Natural Born Killers. And actually, kind of after watching White Men Can't Jump last week, I do want to see Woody Harrelson in his younger movies. So that's another one I'll have to do in the coming weeks. But yeah, this is the final Quentin Tarantino movie I never got around to seeing. And I other than Death Proof, I think this is his least talked about movie, I'd say, which is surprising because it's actually one of his biggest, like, star-filled movie, I'd say, with the exception of, like, some of his later movies, now that he's, like, the biggest, one of the biggest directors of our time currently. But yeah, for back then though, like, having this many stars is quite a feat and stuff. Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. This is, like, still up there with one of his best movies and stuff. Like, I mean, for the most part, I don't think I've really seen any Tarantino movies that I don't like. There's some that I like less than others, of course, but this one was great. Like, it's a long movie, but I started it at like 11 o'clock at night with the intention of watching an hour and finishing the last hour and a half the next morning. I was up late the whole night. I stayed up till 1:30 in the morning finishing up because I got invested and stuff. I think this is actually Samuel L. Jackson's best role in a Tarantino movie too. Like, it's a really fun movie and a cool throwback to blaxploitation films. I know that was Tarantino's intention and stuff, especially with like the casting of Pam Grier, actress who I'm not too familiar with, but I know like she's in Blackula, which is a movie I loved and stuff. But like, just like that was a great like choice going with like, one of the stars from like the 70s and 80s blaxploitation movies and bringing her along with this movie, and worked well. What'd you think of it?
So do you remember what the Joe D'Amato film we watched where she was a lead in it? It was like a gladiator, sword and sandals type movie you watched on Direct to Dumpster.
Oh, I remember the movie, but I don't remember the name of it. But I don't remember her being in it though. Actually, she's one of the leads. There's another female actress who's also a lead. Yeah, I don't remember anyone else in the movie besides them. Like, honestly, the entire movie could have been just them. Yeah.
But I remember that movie was just okay. It wasn't that bad, but also wasn't that great. It was just like, okay, that was a movie. Yeah. But I felt like she definitely delivered a lot more in this film, and it was good to see her in something that wasn't, typically what she was acting in back in the day. Like, she's, notorious for her role Coffee, and I loved, the little throwback and kind of hint and nod and wink to the camera of, would you like some coffee? I don't have any cream or sugar, like, or I don't have any cream. Like, there's little things like that where she's talking to Max Cherry in their first or their second encounter. And I really enjoyed this movie. It's very like well written, but kind of overly written, but you kind of expect that from a Quentin Tarantino movie at this point. When I saw the runtime was 2 hours and 34 minutes, I was like, I don't know what I was expecting, anything different. This should have been what I was expecting the entire time, because I started this thing late too and I had to finish it. But I mean, like you said, it was easy to finish because you get so invested in the story with all the characters, but not too many characters, but the right amount, and so many different things that keep you there. Little cliffhangers here and there and little twists. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I don't know if I would say it's my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, but I think it might be up there. Like there are other movies I like of his more, but I feel like this might be up there as well.
I think I would put it in like the better, like he has 9 movies out right now. I think I'd put this like in that top half of the better versus the top half that's lower and stuff for sure. My favorite is going to be Inglourious Bastards, and then probably Kill Bill Volume 1, Death Proof, and then this one I'd say. But like, yeah, like this one just like hit a lot more of the cylinders that I look for in his style movies. Like I understand why people love Pulp Fiction so much, but that's actually one of the ones I have in more the middle ground area and stuff. But like, yeah, just like with this one, like Samuel L. Jackson, I like that every character like has more than just their moment to shine. Like each character plays a pivotal role within this movie and stuff, all coming down towards the final heist and stuff. And Robert Forster is an actor I'm not too familiar with. I've only really seen him, and of course we saw Werewolf of Hollow, whatever it was called.
Werewolf of Snowblood Hollow, is that what it was called?
Hollow Snow, maybe. Something like that, but we
the
saw
Hollow
that.
Earth, the Hollow Earth, that's what it was called.
Hollow Earth in Godzilla vs. Kong, yeah. I believe that was his last motion picture he started before he passed away, sadly, but we checked that out. It was a fun movie. We weren't like the biggest fans of it, but we still enjoyed it. He was great in that. But of course, Twin Peaks: The Return is where I mainly know him from. But yeah, seeing him within this movie and stuff, he looks quite the same actually compared to what we've seen him in recent years too. He aged very well, and like he makes a very like fun love interest opposite to Pam Grier and stuff. You wouldn't like expect it. Like he's kind of like a spazzy nerd within his bail bonds office and stuff, but like he also has got some like, he's not afraid to get his hands dirty too as well too, and it works really well. I just like the like, it's not over the top cheesiness flirting, but just like that like overall just cool like flirting. Like they just got like style and pizzazz with them and stuff. Like it wasn't like over the top like Black Dynamite, but just like you're like, damn, Black Dynamite's just got those cool one-liners and stuff, and this movie's got them too.
Yeah, there's so many moments in this movie, and especially I think the main thing for me is like how this film kind of opens and really locks you in that first 30 minutes. Like if you get through the first 30 minutes and you're entertained, like you're locked in for the next 2 hours, essentially. The first 34 minutes, let's be exact there, because there's just so many different iconic moments, especially with these characters that are so well portrayed. I honestly think you said this is Sam Jackson's best Quentin Tarantino movie. I might even go say, hey, this might be his best film. Like, honestly, it kind of made me a little sad being like, I feel like everything he does now is just either a Marvel movie, which is so it's not even two-dimensional. It's like one-dimensional because he's just Nick Fury. Or it's like he's in memes. Like, I just feel like everything he does now isn't really even that exciting, where like something like this, like I don't even feel like I could see him ever going back to something like this that was at least interesting. So it's disappointing because he just gives such a killer performance in this film.
Yeah, like I love his look too, just having like a ponytail, always wearing like a Hawaiian shirt that's like unbuttoned and stuff, and the way he speaks to like it's horrible the way he speaks sometimes to his mistress or his girlfriend. And it seems like he has multiple girlfriends in this movie, according to like some of the conversations, but like just like it's just like comical at times and stuff. But then he's like really scary when he has to be. Like that whole altercation with Chris Tucker, like I was just like, ooh, this is jumping a notch and stuff. And still though, like you think like he's a very friendly guy and stuff, and then finally when you see his true colors and stuff, like damn, this is a guy to fear and stuff. Like, you know, like he makes sure that he's number one and stuff. Like he cares about his friends, he's gonna support them till the end, but if they mess up, it's him over the other and stuff, and really stood out and like worked well. And like he played a really cool villain within this movie that you root for at times. Like he's a cool antagonist to watch and stuff. You don't want him to lose, but like definitely don't want him to win against Pam Grier as well too.
Mm-hmm, definitely. I think one of the things that made this movie so great was just how crazy the cast was. I think a lot of that is to be owed on the back of the success of Pulp Fiction. You got De Niro signing up to be in the next Quentin Tarantino movie. Obviously, he brings along Sam Jackson from Pulp Fiction, and he plays a bigger part, obviously, in this film. And then you have others in this movie, but I do like that Quentin made an effort to like bring back people that he enjoys. You know, he enjoys Pam Grier. He's a huge fan, but also even brings Robert Forster into the fold, who at the time wasn't like, he didn't have, like his career had kind of petered off, but the success of this movie kind of reignited his career. So I think that just like the performances are killer, the cast is killer in this movie, and that's really what makes this movie shine.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we can definitely like just keep praising this movie for another 30 minutes and stuff for like a podcast episode. But yeah, it was really fun to finally check out the full works of Quentin Tarantino. I'm all caught up, all done and stuff. If you haven't checked it out, like definitely be sure to. It sounds like we're both recommending it. Best way to help us out actually is by renting the movie on our Amazon affiliate link in our description box below. Be sure to do that and come back here to leave a comment, let us know what you thought about the movie.
And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and click the notification bell to get all of our latest updates.
Please do that. Thank you so much, guys. And also, if you can't get enough of us here on YouTube, well, you're on luck because we're on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Catch all of our links in our description box below to get all of our latest updates. Anyways, guys, that's going to conclude this week's episode. Tune in next week for a brand new video.